You see your dog cock its head when you say, treat. You probably chalk it up to, isn't that cute? But hang on. In the next 5 reasons why your dog tilts its head, you'll discover what they're really asking, and by the end you'll know exactly how to answer that little gesture. Stay with me. Number 4 changes everything. Here's the part that surprises people. When your dog tilts its head, they aren't just auditioning for Instagram. They're fine-tuning their hearing. Animal behaviorists have found that by shifting the angle of their ears, dogs sharpen their ability to locate sound. Those long drooping ears can block part of the ear canal. Tilt to the right, and suddenly the world of squeaks, shuffles and distant footsteps snaps into focus. Watch the next time your dog's ears pivot the moment you crinkle a snack bag. That tiny tilt tells you they've caught something you can't even hear. And here's what you do next: pause and give them a clear cue. Say, "Good listen," or, "You heard it," then reward that tilt with a small treat or praise. You're teaching them that head tilt equals correct detection, so they'll lean in more when you really need their attention. If you recognized your dog tilting its head to pinpoint sounds, the guide in the description will show you step by step how to read those tiny ear and head shifts and respond with confidence. Open the guide in the description. Now, number 2 might feel like your dog is just melting your heart. You say, "Who's a good girl?" and they tilt, as if to say, "It's me." But here's the twist. They're actually adjusting their line of sight. That muzzle can block part of their view. Tilt up, and they catch your eyes, your smile, your whole face. In a moment you'll learn how to know whether they're seeking connection or simply solving a vision problem. Here's why that matters. If your dog leans in with a tilt every time you crouch down, they're checking in for social cues, looking for your expression to gauge if they're safe, if they should play, or if it's time to settle. Next time you see that tilt, match it with a calm, reassuring look. Hold their gaze for a beat, then reward them for watching you. You'll strengthen your bond faster than any treat could. Stay tuned. By reason 4 you'll be decoding anxiety signals you may have completely missed. Right now, notice how often your dog's head shifts when you switch your tone. Is it only when you whisper? Or when you raise your voice? That pattern reveals how they track your emotions. You're not just reading a cute trick. You're gaining a window into their world. And that's what makes these next tips so powerful. And here's number 3, your dog is piecing together more than a sound or a face. They're reading your emotions. Tilted head, ears forward, eyes soft, that combo tells you they're asking, "Are you happy? Worried? Upset?" They sense your tone shift, then adjust their view to lock onto your expression. Animal behaviorists note that dogs use a mix of vocal pitch and visual cues to decode mood. Picture this: you come home after a long day, your voice low, shoulders slumped. Your dog tilts its head, eyes scanning your face. They're checking for the smile they know means playtime, or the frown that means you need space. Next time you see that look, try lifting your chin and offering a gentle, "Hey there." You'll watch their head relax, their tail sweep the floor. You've just answered their question, "Are we good?" with your body language. Then there's number 4, and this one trips people up. Sometimes a tilt is more than a question, it's a signal of discomfort or pain. A sudden persistent tilt, especially with one ear drooped lower, can hint at an ear infection or even a vestibular issue. You might notice your dog pawing at that side or shaking its head. Don't ignore it. Make a note, watch for other signs like head shaking or unsteady steps, and talk to your vet if it sticks around. Keep going. Number 5 will reveal a surprise so sweet you'll see every tilt in a brand new light. Number 5. Why does your dog tilt its head when you say, "treat," or "walk"? Here's the part that surprises people. It's not just cuteness. Your dog is physically angling its ear canal and muzzle to catch every consonant. By shifting that snout out of the way, they create a clearer path for sound waves to hit the eardrum. Animal behaviorists note that wild canids execute nearly the same tilt when they lock onto distant prey sounds. On top of that, your dog knows treat usually means something good is coming. So that tilt is part hearing hack, part eager anticipation. Next time you hear that question mark pose, speak the cue slowly, then reward immediately. You'll reinforce that precise listening trick. It's an easy way to sharpen their response while keeping stress low. If you recognized your dog in this, the guide in the description will help you decode other subtle head tilts and tailor your training sessions. Just open the link in the description. Stay with me. Number 6 snaps into focus a detail most people miss. Why does your dog tilt to one side when they're on a slick tile floor? It's not confusion. They're compensating for a shaky footing. That sudden lean shifts their center of gravity over the full set of paws. Their vestibular system, the same balance organ that lets them rock solid on grass, needs a new baseline on slippery ground. Breed matters too. Long-nosed pups tilt further to clear their line of sight and feel the floor with their whiskers. Emotionally, you're watching a moment of caution, your dog is reading the room, literally. The next time you spot that lean, toss down a non-slip mat or give a calm, good dog, as they steady their stance. You'll help them feel secure and keep that graceful posture intact. Number 7 might seem obvious, until you learn it's actually a clever attention-seeking move. Why does your dog tilt its head every time you hover near the fridge? They've discovered a pattern: tilt equals treats. Over countless reinforcements, that angle now triggers your gaze, your smile, and often a reward. It's pure operant conditioning. Beneath it lies a dash of scavenger instinct. Dogs want to know who holds the food and what's on the menu. What do? If you'd rather curb the tilt, teach an alternative cue like a calm sit. Reward that sit 3 seconds before you open the fridge, and gradually the head tilt will fade. Or, if you love the theatrics, leave it be, just know it's a strategic play for your attention, not a sign of confusion or pain. And stay tuned. Number 9 will explain why your senior dog's tilt feels like it's reaching into old memories, not just reacting in real time. Number 8, why does your dog tilt its head when a new scent drifts in? Think it's just curiosity? Here's the twist. Your dog is optimizing its nose's stereo sampling. By angling the head, each nostril catches different odor concentrations, sharpening the direction and strength of that smell. Instinct kicks in first. Wild ancestors would tilt to pinpoint prey or danger scents. Next, their olfactory bulb does a rapid-fire analysis of hundreds of scent molecules. Emotionally, that tilt often carries a hint of excitement or caution. You're watching their nose light up, their brain balancing thrill and threat. What should you do? Offer a calm, good sniff and let them investigate. It builds confidence and makes training new odor cues easier. Number 9, why does your senior dog's head tilt feel like it's reaching into old memories? This one can catch you off guard. As dogs age, their brains sometimes fire up familiar neural pathways when they hear a cue or see an object from years past. That tilt is more than hearing better, it's them paging through mental files, replaying the game of fetch from puppyhood or the scent of your old slippers. Science suggests the hippocampus triggers posture changes during memory recall, much like humans pausing mid-thought. The emotional layer. Comfort. Revisiting a positive past eases mild anxiety in older dogs. In practice, mirror that movement, kneel beside them, use a soft tone, and pair the tilt with a gentle scratch behind the ear. You'll reinforce positive associations and keep their mind engaged. Up next, number 10 flips our expectations again. You'll learn why your dog sometimes tilts its head when there's literally nothing there. Stay with me for a surprise payoff. Number 10. Why does your dog tilt its head when there's literally nothing there? Here's the part that surprises people. It's not a ghost or your living room playing tricks. Your dog is picking up microsounds and air movements that our ears and eyes simply miss. Instinct kicks in. That tilt sharpens their auditory range and flips their field of vision just enough to triangulate where a faint whir or whisper came from. Science suggests the inner ear and the tapetum lucidum, the reflective layer at the back of their eye, work together in that posture shift. Emotionally, it's curiosity mixed with a little thrill. They're running a live detective show in your home. What should you do? Give them space to hunt those hidden signals. Lower your voice. Dim the lights. Let them puzzle it out. Over time, they'll learn to trust their sniffer and ears, even when you think it's silent. If you recognized your dog's head tilting at thin air, the guide in the description helps you map each invisible cue your dog reads, and gives you simple steps to turn those moments into training wins. Open the guide now. Number 11. Why does your dog tilt its head when you use certain words? Maybe walk, treat, or dinner sends them angling that ear. It's more than a plea for snacks. Dogs learn to associate word shapes and sounds with actions. That tilt lines up their ears to hear consonants more clearly, while giving them a better view of your mouth and facial expressions. Animal behaviorists have noted this social learning trick. If they catch your lip movement plus the word's tone, they nail down which command you're really giving. Underneath it all is a bond. They want to understand you. In practice, celebrate that tilt. Pause after you say, sit or stay. Hold their gaze, then deliver the treat or praise. You'll reinforce clear communication, and deepen your teamwork. Number 12. Why does your dog tilt its head when you're upset or excited? Ever notice they cock their head just as you're about to cry or laugh? They're reading your body language and tiny muscle twitches around your eyes and mouth. Tilting gives them a straighter angle to catch every micro-expression. Research suggests dogs evolved this empathic skill to tune into human emotions. On the emotional level, it's their way of saying, I see you. I've got you. Next time they tip their head at your tears or joy, kneel down. Match their level. Offer a gentle ear rub or a calm word. You'll show them their care pays off, and you'll reinforce that comforting connection. Up next, number 13 will reveal why a simple head tilt can actually mean, I'm hungry, and how you can distinguish that from curiosity. Stay with me. Number 13, why does your dog tilt its head when they're really just hungry? Here's what's really happening. It's not pure begging theatrics. When your dog feels hunger pangs, their stomach starts sending rumble signals through the vagus nerve straight to their brainstem. At the same time, they smell lingering meal scents on your clothes or in the air. That combo lights up neural circuits tied to appetite and expectation. The head tilt turns their ears toward the faintest sound, maybe the fridge door or the rustle of a kibble bag, and gives them a better view of your face for any food is coming cues. Emotionally, this tilt is hopeful anticipation mixed with a dash of strategic charm. What should you do? First, tune into timing. Notice if the tilt comes just before mealtime or only when you stroll to the kitchen. Label it, say, dinner, or snack, consistently, then wait a beat before you fill the bowl. That pause teaches them to read your routine instead of just begging permission. You're upgrading from a daily scramble into a clear, calm rhythm that keeps excitement in check. Up next, number 14 uncovers why your dog might cock its head at your yawn or stretch. You'll be surprised by what drives that empathetic posture. Stay with me. Up next, Number 14 uncovers why your dog might cock its head at your yawn or stretch. You'll be surprised by what drives that empathetic posture. Stay with me. Why does your dog tilt its head when you yawn? Here's what surprises people: it isn't just curious hearing. It's emotional contagion. When you yawn, your dog's mirror neurons fire. Those same brain cells that help you feel another person's mood light up in your dog's cortex. In plain terms, your dog literally feels your yawn. Layer 1, Think Pack Life. In a wolf clan, synchronized yawning helped the group stay alert and coordinated rest. That contagious yawn spread fatigue or wakefulness evenly so no one got left behind. Your dog still carries that instinct. When you yawn, they tune in, mirror you, and align their internal rhythm with yours. Layer 2, Sense the subtleties. Dogs read tiny facial shifts and body signals faster than we do. A yawn stretches your jaw and ripples around your eyes in a pattern they know means, "I'm winding down," or "I'm about to shift energy." By cocking the head, they zero in on that precise muscle movement, like a camera zooming on the region that signals your state. Layer 3, Emotional meaning. It's more than just copying. It's social glue. That tilt is your dog saying, "I'm with you. I get you." It's the canine equivalent of making eye contact and nodding when a friend speaks. For your dog, mirroring your yawn cements trust and empathy. What should you do? First, notice when it happens. Is it when you're sleepy, stressed, or just relaxed? Then decide how to respond. If your goal is calm bonding, yawn back softly. That gentle echo reinforces their trust signal, an affectionate loop of shared states. If instead your dog yawns at you and you need them to focus, introduce a different calm cue, a slow blink, a hand signal for relax, or even a soft stretch of your own. That redirects their attention to the behavior you want. Here's the payoff: you're not just watching a cute habit. You're decoding a genuine emotional handshake. And once you see it, you can choose to deepen that moment or guide them toward another cue. If you recognized your dog's head tilt in this empathetic exchange, the guide in the description will show you exactly how to map every subtle sign, so you can respond in ways that boost calm, trust, and a happier routine. Open the link now to get that clear, step-by-step decoding tool. Coming up, number 15 turns your dog's blank stare into the most magical window into their world. Think smell, sound, and memory all rolled into one. Don't miss it. Number 15 turns that blank stare into a multisensory detective story. At first glance, your dog seems zoned out, just gazing at an empty patch of wall. But here's what's really happening. Layer 1, Scent residues from past events linger invisibly on that surface. Dog noses detect volatile molecules we can't begin to sense. Every visitor, every tumbleweed that brushed by, every spilled treat leaves a perfumed footprint. Your dog's stare tracks those odor time stamps like a Sherlock Holmes of smells. Layer 2, Ultrasonic echoes and brainy acoustics. Walls reflect high-pitched sounds, maybe plumbing pulses, the hum of distant machinery, or a neighborhood dog's whimper miles away. Your dog's inner ear decodes those subtle vibrations into a three-dimensional acoustic map. Staring becomes the active process of triangulating where that beep or rustle originated. Layer 3, Memory and emotion. Once the scent or sound signal locks in, it triggers hippocampal circuits tied to past experiences. A faint whiff of lavender from your guest's perfume, or the purr of last week's vacuum, or the echo of a neighbor's door slam, each one can evoke a stored moment of calm, fear, play, or even boredom. The blank stare is their way of replaying that moment, drawing it into the present frame. Practically, what to do? First, resist the impulse to jolt them out of it. Instead, Jot down the time and location of these stares for a few days. Notice patterns. Does your dog always fixate before a thunderstorm or right after you've vacuumed? If you map it out, you'll see clues about hidden noises or lingering scents triggering that trance. If the stare comes with tension, ears pinned, body stiff, gently redirect attention with a slow head turn cue or a familiar scent toss. If it's a calm, curious stare, let them linger. You're witnessing their translation of invisible signals into canine perception. That silent gaze isn't empty, it's your dog reading a hidden layer of their world. And then there's that tilt you catch when you speak a new word. Their head shifts a few degrees, ears leaning forward. Here's the part that surprises people, they aren't just being cute. They're rewiring their brain on the fly to map your voice to meaning. That tilt optimizes the tiny differences in sound frequencies so they can zero in on your tone. In practice, you can use this to teach new cues faster. Next time you introduce a command, pause just as their head tilts. Reward the moment they lock in on the sound. You'll see their confidence in that word climb. If you recognized your dog in this, trying to nail down your new leave it cue, the guide in the description shows you exactly how to capture and reinforce those tilt and learn beats in a structured, step-by-step way. Open the link below to turn every little head cock into a fast-track training win. Stay with me. Here's number 5, and it changes everything, that short head tilt just before a gentle tongue flick. You know the move, ears up, head dipped, then a quick lip lick. At first glance you think they're hungry, begging for treats. But in many cases, this sequence is a stress signal. It's their way of saying, I'm feeling a bit uncertain here. Animal behaviorists have found that lip licks paired with head tilts often diffuse tension between dogs and their humans. So when your dog does this during a meeting at home, don't laugh it off. Slow your pace. Soften your voice. Offer a calming cue like easy or settle. Let them know the moment is safe. If you caught your dog doing that tilt then lick when you tried to introduce a stranger, the guide in the description walks you step by step through building positive associations, so your dog greets guests with relaxed confidence instead of stress. Open that link now to start reshaping your dog's comfort zone, one gentle head cock at a time. That rough tongue is the oldest language between our two species. Every tilt, every lick, every subtle ear shift, that's your dog talking. It's on you to learn their dialect. To track when they zero in, when they hesitate, and when they need a word of reassurance. By noticing these tiny moves, you move from guessing to knowing. You turn confusion into clarity. You turn connection into communication. If you've ever missed what your dog was really saying when they cocked their head, or if you want to unlock every whisper in their body language, the guide in the description and pinned comment is your next step. It lays out simple exercises to tune your ear to each head tilt and translate it into a clear response. Open the link now, that's the one action you need to make every head cock count. Beyond training, head tilts also work as an emotional calibration tool. When your dog tilts their head in the park as another dog approaches, they're gathering social cues, reading ear position, tail tension, facial expressions, before deciding whether to greet, play or keep distance. That slight lean heightens their field of vision, so they catch subtle changes in posture. Next time you see this at the dog park, resist pulling them away too fast. Pause and observe what they're noting. You'll start to pick up on the same flash signals they're deciphering. In quieter moments, a gentle tilt combined with a half blink can signal trust. It's the canine equivalent of a nod. You might notice it when your dog settles by your side during a movie night. That's their way of saying, I'm with you, I get this moment. Offer a soft stroke and watch how their body softens further. Over time, these mini interactions build the kind of bond that goes beyond commands. You're not just the pack leader, you're the trusted companion who listens back. On the flip side, if you catch a tilt paired with a quick nose turn or a fleeting lip retraction, pay attention. That's a mini warning that something in the environment, an odd smell, a distant rumble, is flicking on their inner alarm. Approach slowly, talk in a calm tone, and let your dog steer the next move. They're mapping safety zones for you, too. Every tilt is a choice point. By noticing when it comes with curiosity, comfort, or caution, you fine-tune your responses. You turn silent gestures into real conversation. That's the breakthrough moment, recognizing the head tilt not as a quirky trick but as a full-fledged language. And from there, every exchange you share becomes clearer, deeper, more attuned to your dog's inner world.